3, 2, 1, para. Present in the program are my senior colleagues in the Union Cabinet, Chief of Defence Staff, General Bipin Rawat, Chiefs of 3 services, senior officers, and other dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, in the 75th year of independence, we are taking an important step towards developing the capital of the country according to the needs and aspirations of the new India. This new defense office complex will help our forces function more conveniently and effectively. I congratulate all the colleagues associated with the defense services for these new facilities. Para. You all are aware that till now all the defense related work was being done from the hutments built during the Second World War. These hutments were then built to suit the needs of horse, stables, and barracks. In the decades after independence, such hutments were converted into the offices of the Ministry of Defence, Army, Navy, and Air Force, and minor repairs were carried out from time to time. And if some higher officials were to come, a fresh coat of painting was done. And it went on like this. When I saw it closely, the first thought that came to my mind was how so many important army personnel work for the security of the country in such bad conditions. Why did our media in Delhi never write about this? A thought would come to my mind that such a place would naturally attract criticism that what the Indian government was doing. But I don't know. Nobody took note of it. You are also aware of the problems in these hutments. Para. Today, when we are engaged in modernizing the military might of the 21st century India in every respect, equipping our armed forces with modern weapons, modernizing the border infrastructure, ensuring better coordination through the Chief of Defence Staff of the forces, speeding up the procurement of the requirements of the army which used to go on for years, then how can this be possible that the work related to the defense and security of the country continues through decades-old hutments? Therefore, it was necessary to change these conditions. Para. I would also like to point out that those who were criticizing the Central Vista project would remain silent on the complex being developed for more than 7,000 army officers, because this is also a part of the Central Vista project. They knew that their intention to spread confusion and lies would be exposed if they talk about this complex. But the country is watching our intentions behind this Central Vista. These modern offices at KG Marg and Africa Avenue will go a long way in effectively carrying out all the work related to the security of the nation. This is a big and important step towards the creation of a modern defense enclave in the capital. Every necessary facility has been provided for our Jawans and employees in both the complexes. And I also want to tell the countrymen about what was going on in my mind, para. When you gave me the privilege to serve the country in 2014, I knew that the condition of government offices is not good. The condition of parliament houses was also not good. I could have done this work into brackets of parliament in 2014, but I chose not to do it. The first thing I decided was to build a memorial for the brave soldiers of our country who fought for India's pride and were martyred for the motherland. The work which should have been done soon after independence began after 2014. It is only after its completion that we took up the work of the Central Vista to improve our offices. We first thought of the brave martyrs, the brave soldiers of our country. Para. The parties were heard finally in these appeals. The common question which arises for decision is as to the correct interpretation of a condition in the respondent university's statutes regarding the date of superannuation of its teachers. Para. All the appellants are working as professors in various disciplines in the respondent Kumaon University. They are aggrieved by an office order dated 21 December 2019, which set out their respective dates of retirement into brackets, which were the last dates in the months they attained the age of superannuation, that is 65 years. The appellants relied on statute number 16.24 of the university applicable to them, contending that they were entitled to continue beyond the last date of the month in which each of them attained the age of superannuation. Para. The appellants were aggrieved by the office order dated 21 December 2019 and approached the Uttarakhand High Court in writ proceedings. They argued that they were entitled to continue in service on extension up to the end of June 2021. They had relied on a previous judgment of the Division Bench of the High Court, Dr. Indu Singh versus State of Uttarakhand. Para. In that judgment, the Division Bench had, on an interpretation of the relevant provisions, held that those who retire after 30th June are entitled to continue till the end of the academic year. The Division Bench placed emphasis and importance on the legislative intent to cater to the supreme need to not adversely affect the academic activities of the institution and to safeguard the interest of the students. Para. The impugned judgment rejected the appellant's writ petition, holding that Indu Singh could not be considered as a binding authority. It was also held that statute number 16.24 applies to the teachers of the university. The Division Bench said that statute number 16.24 into brackets 2 specifically places an embargo on extension in service beyond the age of superannuation. Statute number 16.24 into brackets 2.1. According to the division bench, merely provided that if the superannuation were not to fall on June 30th, the teacher shall continue in the service till end of the academic session, that is June 30th, and the same will be treated as re-employment para. The division bench was of the opinion that whenever the superannuation of an employee falls within the month of June, in that event, his or her retirement would stand extended till the end of June of that particular month. The words used of the end of the academic session was held to be misleading. Further, according to the division bench, the end of an academic session was not fixated as on June, even though most of the universities end their academic session in June 30th. It is not a matter of rule that the same happens everywhere. Para. Therefore, the said concession has been granted only for the month of June. In other words, the impugned judgment considered Indu Singh to be limited to holding that the service of an employee or teacher retiring in a given month would be extendable only till the end of the month and not more.